Hello, Henry from Belgium here. Today, a video about Legoset 6380, Emergency Treatment Center from 1987. The set has also the name St. Mary's Hospital, which is a real hospital whose designers inspired this set. The set has the theme, Town, and the sub-theme Medical. In a way, this is an iconic set, because in the 80s and 90s, this was the only full-fledged hospital set you could find. It wasn't like a fire or police station of which a new version was released every few years. On Brickset, I found set 231 from the Homemaker series, and also set 363, Hospital from 1975. Then there was this set, and then it wouldn't be until 2006 before another big set was made in this sub-theme, but then with the main theme, City. So, a lot of you who grew up in the 80s and 90s will recognize this hospital as it was the only one available during that period. I have the set complete with box, inner box, and manual. The box still looks good, and has nice photos and suggestions for alternative buildings. Here I see that the foil is hanging a bit loose, but I can easily fix that with glue. The inner box also looks good and still has all the cardboard. You can even detach this middle piece, and underneath it you will find the base plate and the manual. It contains 308 pieces and 5 minifigs, which is quite a lot for a medium-sized set. The manual was delivered pre-folded. Unfortunately, my copy has punch holes in it. It's a handy size with clear instructions. There is an ambulance to build and of course the hospital. I also see that there is plenty of finishing to be done as well, so I imagine it will be a fun building experience. Here you can see all the parts on the table, and there are quite a lot of them. I see beautiful parts with stickers and also with prints. I had already seen that the tree included is not the correct one. The one pictured on the box is of a smaller size, so I have to replace that in the future. And also some white parts are discolored. But to be honest, I didn't mind that much at the time when I bought it, because it had a nice box with it, and I personally think that's the most important thing. You can replace or clean the basic bricks of sets from that period in a relatively easy way. And you are also in a stronger negotiating position as a buyer, because these are reasons to lower the sales price. The minifigs are very classic, but the print of 3 of them has been adapted to the sub-theme. Unfortunately, one of the torsos is somewhat discolored, but cool that I have these ones in my collection now. The other 2 minifigs are regular civilians, and I've seen them before. The base plate is a 32 by 32 road with driveway. This can be found only in 2 other sets. I have also seen a variant of this plate in set 6374 Holiday Home, but the driveway has an extra print of light gray cobblestones. First, the ambulance. It consists of a very classic design, typical of the 80s. The well-known bricks for the lighting, steering wheel, and doors. What I really like here are the personalized windows with nice prints. They really provide the feeling of the sub-theme Medical. And you immediately know that it is not a fire truck or another vehicle. But it's a pity that there is no print or sticker on the rear window. There is a tile at the top with a nice print, but unfortunately it has to lie flat. That way you can only see it from the air. I would have liked it better upright, which also seems more logical so that the other drivers can see it. Another option was to replace this plate and tile with a hinge and place the tile with print on top. That way you could tilt it during an intervention, and it would be visible when you have to pass other vehicles. I think the size is good, and the stretcher with patient fits perfectly. The extra black brick inside makes it secure. It's a simple but good design and has a nice finish, but I might have liked an extra brown suitcase that could represent a first aid kit. There are still many basic bricks available for building the hospital. The ready-made bricks that replaced 5 bricks of 1x2 were not yet produced in 1987. So there are a lot of 1x2 bricks in this set, which I don't mind. This makes the construction experience more extensive, and you also have more choice when you want to make alternative constructions. I find the building experience fun and also somewhat challenging. For example, the front windows are built into the facade, so you have to combine bricks of different sizes. So it is not simply 3 rectangles that you build, and that makes it varied. I have finished the entire ground floor, and it strikes me that the level of finish in this set is quite high. I see a lot of nice details. Personalized stickers on the windows, a swivel chair, a computer, a telephone, etc. There is even an extra stretcher in the set that serves as an operating table. This is also a nice element, a fold-out lamp to hang above the operating table. And this is a kind of water reservoir consisting of a transparent mini figurehead. The building experience of the next floor is slightly less challenging, because I mainly have to build the rest of the 1x2 bricks on top of each other. But what I do like is that it's supplemented with quite a few slope bricks. And together with the sloping windows, the building has a more special and modern look, at least for 1987. For this floor and roof, there was also a budget for some nice details, but there are fewer than on the ground floor. What strikes me most is that there is not much more in this room than a piece of furniture with a glass on it. But of course you are supposed to place the stretcher with the patient here, who is brought in by ambulance. I cannot explain how it will get there, because there are no stairs and no elevator. But I have already learned not to ask logical questions, and with many sets, you often just have to use your imagination. There are also many other details around the building that make it a beautiful whole. Extra chairs, lighting, a tree, and even a trash can. The sign at the front is also an absolute added value, because the sign here on the roof can only be seen from the air. Of course you can add some extras yourself. There could have been a door here because now there is none in the set. With some extra bricks, a barrier would also have been a nice detail. I like the way the building is constructed. It is a kind of diagonal, but that way, a large part of the base plate here remains rather empty, while the front here is full of cool details. But I certainly think it's a nice set, and I enjoyed discovering it in detail today. It was something different to build than the many fire stations I built in the past, and the level of finishing positively surprised me. I even suspect that it is the first time that I have seen a black chair as a finishing touch in an interior. Usually, they are white, yellow, red, or blue. There are some condition problems with the white parts, and I have also just seen a crack in one of the windows, but these are issues that I can easily solve. As a collector, I have the necessary spare parts over the years, and I have experience in ways to restore sets cheaply and easily. Feel free to comment below the video, and don't forget to subscribe, it's free. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.